what Belo Monte means for these people, what it means for their lives, their way of life, not just indigenous people, but riverine people, fishermen, small farmers in the region, who are all in presence today.
I'm honored to be back here in his village amongst our friends after a year away. We're happy to be here.
It's a great pleasure to...
Muito obrigada.
I'm very happy to be here and to learn about this very important issue, to protect your land and to protect your river and this area.
E estamos aqui resistindo a esse empreendimento de barragem, porque são projetos de destruição dos nossos povos. Por isso nós não aceitamos empreendimento de barragem no nosso rio. Vocês puderam visualizar essa beleza do nosso Xingu. Essa é a nossa casa. O Xingu é a nossa vida. Nós não podemos deixar que o Xingu morra.
Porque... O rio para nós faz parte da nossa vida. Então por isso nós não queremos deixar acabar. E tanto para nós faz parte da nossa vida, como acho que para vocês lá fora faz também. Porque se acabarem a floresta, vai acabar o oxigênio de vocês lá fora, né?
Da defesa dos povos da Amazônia, da defesa dos povos do Xingu, da defesa do nosso majestoso rio Xingu, vamos gritar com muita força e fé. Xingu vivo! Para sempre!
Então, isso aqui é um mapa da bacia do Xingu, né? Eu queria só introduzir, isso é um palco de Belo Monte hoje, né? São 31 terras indígenas, são 25 povos indígenas, são 15 unidades de conservação. Quer dizer, é claramente uma área que é de alta prioridade para a conservação da biodiversidade e da sociodiversidade, né? O rio Xingu é um rio dos índios.
Right now, the Brazilian government is proposing a dam complex that will divert 80% of the river's flow into artificial canals and to the dam's powerhouse, leaving what's known as the Volta Grande, the big bend of the Xingu, with only a 20% or less of its natural flow, essentially destroying the swath of the river upon which thousands of farmers, riverine peoples, and indigenous peoples whose territories are based there rely.
Meng mari nyote, kube mari nyote, kor kube mi mari kete kute aye kube mari nyote. Maga bai bango aye kini. Me ngomere bekriya. Me bengo kare ikwo. Ngomere bekriya. Puruti kaji. Me ket kube kaji ba te kwari ngo aye ketoti. Me Kute aye kume mo are nyote. Ida mengo aye you can buruti can make it.
Yeah, and you can do it with the solar panels because Brazil is the biggest deposit of amorphous silica in the world. Right. What one needs to do really is to have other sources of energy and to use less energy. Hydroelectric dams are always, or almost always, presented as green energy that doesn't have any impact on global warming. And people have heard that so many times that they believe it, and they've never heard any of the other information. But unfortunately, dams also emit greenhouse gases, especially methane. Methane is much more powerful than carbon dioxide in provoking global warming.
They learned about the energy matrix in Brazil, the implications of Brazilian energy planning for the Amazon, the fact that these giant dams that are being planned for the Amazon's rivers represent also a grave threat to our climate, and took away a message. I think that, in particular, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had never been to the Amazon, was quite impressed by the speakers and had a lot to say in return with his perspective, his experience as the governor of California.
How do we move forward in the world in the best possible way. With the green energy, with a good energy future, how do we get off fossil fuels, how do we go into green energy future, and how do we all come together as people.
And we also met with various citizen groups and experts and so on in Altamira to listen to the impact that would have on that city, upriver of the dam. And we toured the areas downriver of the dam sites to see, especially the Big Bend area, which would suffer from a significant drop in water. And I was briefed by experts like Philip Fernside and others in various organizations about the short and long-term impacts of the dam and of the issues surrounding the dam in terms of its financing, its efficiency, its effectiveness, and so on. And my personal conclusion is that this is a very ill-conceived project that will have very, very profound ramifications in its area, and that the biggest issue is that there's not a transparency of the process to the public, and there's not an inclusiveness or a democratic process with respect to the people who are directly affected by these projects.
I know that the biggest controversy here now is over whether green power is always sustainable and always fair to the people who are around it because of the controversy over the dams in the rainforest and the indigenous people who oppose it. I know that this is a real problem. You need more electricity. You need it to be clean. You want to preserve the native cultures, you need to preserve the rainforest. If you reach a critical juncture, you'll change it forever and it can't be recovered. And the rest of the world is dependent on you because about 20% of the world's non-ocean oxygen comes from you. You have to think about these things because you have to think about what Brazil will be like for your children and your grandchildren, and whether the world will follow the good things you have already done or walk away from it, in which case everything you're doing could be rendered irrelevant. The whole world needs you to resolve this.
Se destruiu a Amazônia, o país, o mundo está sendo destruído. Por que o governo brasileiro não nos escuta? Por que o governo brasileiro não demonstra outras alternativas mais viáveis, que desenvolva o país realmente e que não destrua tanto? Porque se você destrói uma natureza, você destrói as pessoas que dela sobrevivem, como nós, povos indígenas e populações tradicionais.